Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show. As tonight we are looking back at the last two matches, which both ended in victories for us to make it 4 on the bounce. So we've got plenty to discuss, plenty of happy things to discuss as well. Obviously it's just going really well at the moment, as we all know. And we managed to get the win. 2 different challenges, both games, but we managed to get over the line, and that's what it's all about. So things are going good, and let's hope we can keep it up. That is the key. Blue Terry says, all we do is win, win, win. Yeah, I mean, it's just great to get so many wins, isn't it, lately? Absolutely. Evening to you, Joshua. How are you doing? Welcome in. But look, we're going to start with the Wigan game, which obviously was at the Johnson Stadium on Tuesday evening. Very cold, freezing night, absolutely. And it wasn't the best of games, but it is about just getting the wins. And you can't play to your best every week. And you have to just grind out results. And that's exactly what we've done in recent weeks. So first, I kind of just want to go with the lineups. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about who would start in that left wing-back role. Now, obviously, I went for Ruffles because I thought, you know what, don't really know who else could go there potentially. But then Dove comes out with the one where he decides to put Josh Koroma at left wing-back, and I thought it was a very clever move, actually, because I had never actually thought about it. I don't know why, but I think Josh Koroma had a different role as well, because I know he was a left wing back, but he wasn't as defensive. He was allowed to stay up, and then obviously, the right wing back, which was Ollie Turton, just slotted in on a back 4 when we were defending rather than a back 5. So yeah, look, a stroke of genius by Duff. I never thought of it. I don't know why. And for me, that clearly shows that Duff doesn't like or favour Ruffles. He's not a fan of Ruffles. And that is clear. But obviously, Danny Ward started as well. Obviously, go through the lineup, though, as well. Jake Chapman, Hellick, Marshall, Wiles, Koroma, Kane, Kasumu, Turton, Longvike, Ward, and Lees. So I actually thought the lineup was really good. I didn't have any complaints about it, really. I thought it was a good lineup, our strongest lineup. But when I do look to the bench, I do worry about that bench, because there isn't anything that I feel like can come on and make a big impact. That's the worry. Obviously, I know Pearson, we know what he can do, but Ruffles not being quite poor, hasn't he, for us? Hogg, one of those that'll just see out a game. He'll have a bit part role to play. Hogg, as we know this season, he won't play as much. Bojan, we know how much of a disaster he's been. Spencer, to be fair, yeah, he's a good little option from the bench. And Ladapo, he might as well not be there. Just get an academy player on the bench. So yeah, the lineup, I was fairly happy with it. So yeah. Just as I'm doing good, I'm really tired due to last week in college. I've been working on a show, and last week was the show week. Oh, fair enough. Well, make sure you recharge the batteries, and sounds like you've been having some good fun at college, though. So big up to yourself. Aiden's said, hi, mate. Hope you're okay. Hello, Aiden. How are you doing? I bet you enjoyed Saturday, didn't you? Very much so. And yeah, make sure you do smash the likes, everyone, if you can, and subscribe if you're new. Just help with supporting the channel. And as well, If you do want to become a member of the channel, you can do by supporting the stream. There should be a join button down below, and you can do some super chats as well if you wish. But look, obviously, talking about the Wigan game, it was a pretty dull first half, wasn't it? Both. It was a frustrating half. Wigan frustrated us. Thought Wigan couldn't get a shot on target for the life in them, could they? Asgard having a glorious chance in the 15th minute. After Johnny Smith's effort was saved by Chapman. And also Ben Wiles hit the post at the other end with a direct free kick 2 minutes later, as well as Josh Cromer hitting the upright behind the goal as he narrowly missed the top corner for us. Now, obviously, half-time, like I said, nothing happened much in that first half. So half-time, obviously, goalless, no real clear-cut chances. Obviously, we were the better side early on, but Wigan managed to weather that storm in parts and have come on strong towards the end. We were getting behind Wigan's defence multiple times, weren't we? But nothing coming from it. Wiles' free kick obviously was a big chance for us, hit the post, and it's the closest really the game came to an opener. I thought Wigan did frustrate us in that first half. And yeah, obviously we're going to the break goalless. Absolutely love Saturday's performance was bad, but happy to win. Yeah, exactly. Well, your first away day started with a win, so it's just perfect, isn't it? But look, obviously, into the second half, I did want to see us come out and start to play because, as I said, it wasn't the greatest of spectacles, and we knew how tough it was going to be against Wigan. Very defensively, one of the best defenses in the league, and so it was never going to be easy. But the fact that we broke the deadlock 8 minutes after the second half started. And who else but Ollie Turton, our very good friend, it's just such a lovely story, obviously. But obviously the goal, Kasumu did well to keep the ball alive from the corner and squared it to Turton on the right, who fired the ball into the bottom corner. His first goal for a club, his first goal for us, and it was a lovely moment, and I'm really, really happy for him. Really happy to see him back out on the pitch, to be honest with you, and enjoying his football. Because, like I say, he's obviously had a lot of injuries and serious injuries, and yeah, he's not had much luck, but yeah, what a moment for him, and he took the goal very well. Tom Lees, again, I thought he'd double the lead from another corner, 15 minutes from time, but the flag had already gone up to indicate the ball had curled out of play. So I thought early Turton to get his goal. Yeah, I know, mate. It was great, wasn't it? Really good to see him get on the score sheet. But yeah, look, full time. Turton's second half strike is the difference in this one, as we ensured that all 3 points remain with us in Huddersfield. At this point, we extend the rich run of form in the league, now unbeaten in 8 league games and up to 4th in the table. And I think it was a real full circle moment for Turton, wasn't it? Because 22 months ago, away at Wigan, Turton was substituted in the 14th minute after tearing his ACL. Since then, he's struggled with many setbacks, hardly making any appearances. And I think that goal, and I think he was the man of the match, definitely fully deserved. I thought Kasuma was good in this game as well. Obviously, he's been superb in the middle of the park, hasn't he? And he's quite, and I think he's one of the first players on the team sheet now is Kasuma. I think he's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant in that midfield, and makes a big difference. So yeah, Wigan, job done, tick, and we continue the winning run. So that's kind of all I want to say about Wigan. There wasn't much in that game, was there, at all? And we're going to get into the player ratings for the Mansfield one as well. So it's going to be a bit longer, the Mansfield one, because obviously our most recent game. So yeah, but yeah, Wigan, good win. Wasn't the best of games. I thought Wigan had chances though again, but they were so wasteful. They were poor in front of goal, no composure. And yeah, so that's it, man. Good win, and like I said, that's all there is to it. So let's have a look at the Mansfield game, obviously, which happened on Saturday. Obviously, it was always going to be a little bit tough away at Mansfield. Obviously, I know they'd obviously on the back of like 4 losses, but I still think they are a good side. Now, the team news, obviously, let's get the team up. So this is the team. Obviously, Pearson breaks back into the starting line with Lombite dropping to the bench. Ward, Koroma, and Marshall remain the front 3 for today's game. More or less the same line, wasn't it? We all expected, minus Lombite, as obviously we look to continue our good run of form. Now, I thought we started the game okay. Obviously, we came out the block quite quickly. And obviously, we got the goal. Koroma driving forward down the wing, beating his man before putting a ball into the far post. Wiles there slots it home in off the post. Obviously, our first attack of the game, to be fair, the goal. And I liked the way the goal was kind of constructed, like the way it was a proper team goal. Obviously, started all the way from Chapman up to Wiles. So, yeah, really, really good goal. Now, obviously, Marshall went down with an injury and received treatment in the chest area. And he had to go off in the end, didn't he? And replaced by Ruffles. Koroma moved up 2 alongside Ward, whilst Ruffles slots into the wing-back position. So a bit of a reshuffle. Not only if that disrupted us, but then we conceded. Again, I think it was a poor goal to concede, really, wasn't it? Obviously, failed to deal with the second ball from the corner that Mansfield had. And obviously, Evans levels the game for the home side. But what I liked here is, guys, is that we've seen in years gone by where we've conceded a goal and then we fell to pieces. In this game, we didn't. We reacted in the best way possible by going back in front again and scoring a quick goal after that. And I thought that was really pleasing because we've questioned the mentality of this group. And in years gone, but last season, we would have capitulated if we would have gone behind, if we would have conceded, sorry. This season, Duff is really working his magic in terms of just slightly making progress in that department with the mentality of not letting your heads drop when you concede, but just to keep going. Because sometimes you do concede goals, it's about how you react to them, not just let it completely, ruin the game, and then you end up losing the game in the end. So yeah, obviously we got the second goal, and obviously it was a nice worked move again. Danny Ward, beautiful flick that plays Koroma through on goal, and behind the Mansfield defence, a really good ball. Koroma, one-on-one with the keeper, slides it past the keeper. Very cool, calm, and collected. And JK time struck again. Good to see JK on the score sheet, to be fair, wasn't it? He's had a bit of I think he's really struggled since he's come back from injury, really, hasn't he, if I'm honest with you? He has looked a bit... He obviously hasn't looked the same as to be fair, we all knew it was going to take some time to get back up to the level he showed before he got injured. But yeah, it's nice for him to get back on the score sheet after the injury, and it was nice composure as well. Really, really nice. You know, like I said, we talked about the clinical edge, and some of our players would have squandered that chance if they would have been given it. Not mention any names, but yeah, just get. I'm actually forgot to put the player ratings up actually, guys. But we're going to continue. Now, obviously, halftime. So yeah, obviously, like I said, great reaction to going behind with the second goal. I think the halftime came. We went in 2-1. Yeah, I think it was a solid away performance so far from us. Obviously, goals from Wiles and Koroma. Obviously, we were pegged back level, but an immediate response obviously ensured we have the lead, and we deserved it. Marshall came off injured with what appeared to be a chest injury. Now, I believe that he will rule him out for the game tomorrow evening, which we play in the EFL Trophy against Bolton. However, he's not deemed to be serious. He's just a bit of bruising, so he will be fine. So it's nothing serious. Now, the second half, obviously, Leeds with a glorious opportunity to get our third goal. Wiles free kick, it swung in, and all Leeds had to do is beat the goalkeeper. He heads it straight at him, and he's denied. A huge chance, but it didn't come back to haunt us in the end. But it could have done easily, so I'm glad it didn't. But yeah, got to be making sure we take our chances really from those positions. Chapman with a really good save though to his left-hand side after a Mansfield attack, and definitely the save of the match so far. And Chapman has delivered time and time again since he's come in. He deserves a lot of credit and praise for that. But this chance all comes after the Leeds chance to double our lead. Game did open up for a few minutes, but neither could take advantage despite good chance of both. Huge moment in the game coming up here in this one. Koroma looked to have beaten their goalkeeper to the ball and was then clipped and taken out. How that wasn't a free kick, I will never know. A rubbish decision by the referee. Nothing done at all. No card or anything. And he must have thought the keeper got the touch on the ball, but it was clearly taken out, and it should have been a foul. Dove made his first substitution of the second half with 20 minutes to go. Hogg came on for Kane. Fresh legs required at this point, I would say. And yeah, it was a good substitution to make. Ladapo again coming on for Ward. Just unbelievable, isn't it? Just no words. I just don't know why he keeps using him. Koroma, for me, was superb and was given a standing ovation from the town fans as he makes his way for Radulovic. Again, another hopeless player. Involved in both our goals, Koroma, though, including a lovely finish to get us the lead. Lead back in a pivotal moment of the game. I think he was the difference maker for me, Koroma, and I think he was the man of the match, in my opinion, in this one. Now, we didn't manage to kill the game off in the second half. Obviously, Mansfield had a chance to get something out of the game with that chance right at the end, and I thought we rode our luck, to be fair. They were starting to put pressure on us, and they started to create some chances. But we just managed to see it out, and we were made to work hard for the 3 points. Absolutely. Ian said, you're right about the winning mentality, but what I've seen recently from us is we don't finish games off. Every time we take the lead, we sit back. Yeah, I mean, this is another thing that really annoys me, but I think we're not going to see things change like completely straight away. Like, obviously the mentality has progressed, I would say, slightly. Just in the terms of, conceding goals would have fell to pieces, in last season. But this season, it feels like we don't. I know what you're saying about sitting back. We need to try and finish the game off. And I think we do try and finish the game off. We had chances, but we just can't seem to. We're just not clinical enough. This is the problem. So yeah, we need to stop sitting back after we take the lead. I do agree. Because, like I say, when we went 1-0 up in the game at Mansfield, I think we really should have gone for the second, but we didn't. So I get what you're saying. By the way, how do we not have a penalty? Are you on about the Koroma challenge from the keeper the keeper on Koroma? Sorry, because that was just outside. It was close, but it was just outside. Having looked at the replays, but yeah, it should have been a foul anyway. Ace is Ladapo and Radulovic up front. I'd rather have Tweedledum up front. Yeah, I mean, we laugh, but it's honestly embarrassing, isn't it? Our recruitment, absolutely embarrassing. But yeah, thank you for those comments. But yeah, full time, obviously, like I said, all 3 points yet again coming back to us as we pick up our first back-to-back away league wins of the season. So it's really, I said it a few weeks back, we need to start improving our away, start getting wins on the road. And we've really done that in the past 2 games. So that's really pleasing. Obviously, that's now 9 games unbeaten in the league, with 7 of them being wins. So look, we're on obviously we won 4 on the bounce as well in the league. So it's just all coming together nicely. We are finding consistency, but I'm not getting carried away. And I do think that January is absolutely massive, which I'm going to get into in a moment. Michael Duff, I think Michael Duff deserves a lot of praise, guys. He has got the team winning in multiple ways now. After a bit of no, I wouldn't say I doubted him, but there were a bit of fuming. Obviously, that bad run that we had earlier on this season did start to feel a bit like he only had one way. But we are winning games in multiple ways now. And I think home or away now, we are becoming a team that do look like promotion candidates. And I think that's really good. Obviously, that's what we need to be doing, and that's what we kind of expected to be doing. No arrogance involved here, by the way. But I'm just saying that we should be up at the top. To me, and we haven't got any right to be. But you get what I'm saying. Like I said, the man of the match in the Mansfield game definitely was Koroma for me, involved in both goals and ultimately has the winning goal to his name. So, and I thought he did play better in this one. I thought he was quite quiet and poor against Wigan, to be honest with you, in the previous game. I'm talking about the Koroma and keeper time where I was, which was behind the goal. I thought it was inside. You thought it was inside? Right. It did look like it was just out, but it was very close. But yeah, no, I mean, we never get any decision, do we? Now, let's go through. Blue Theory says, all I want for Christmas is Joe Taylor. I mean, listen, I would love him as well. I would love him Christmas wrapped, ready for us in January. And that would be lovely to see, right? Anyway, but I agree. But let's get into some player ratings, guys, then, because we do love to do these. And I need to just quickly get up SofaScore's player ratings, and we're going to compare ours to theirs. Just one moment. Just going to share the screen now in a moment. I should really have been organized. I do apologize, but actually, get ready for your player ratings for this episode. I'm just trying to zoom in a bit more so I don't see any more. There we are. I think we've just about got it here. Right, so I'm going to need to share the screen, which will be a good idea. presents. So let's go through the player ratings for Mansfield. So we're going to scroll up as we see fit. Now, obviously, they've given Jacob Chapman a 6.9. For me, I'm going to be giving him a bit higher than that because he'd make some crucial saves, and he always seems to be there when we need him. He stepped up, break a few 50-50 balls as well. Risk of getting hurt, but put himself on the line. He's been fantastic, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. He has come in, and he's got 5 clean sheets out of 8 games since he got his opportunity. So he's not only just come in and done a good job for us, he's come in and made a massive difference. And he's shown what he's about, and I'm really happy for him. So for me, I give Jacob Chapman an 8. Now, let's start with Matty Pearson in the defence. For me, I'm going to give him a 7. Back into the side after that injury scare he faced. Lined up on the right of the back 3. Really good in the first half, I think, but looked a bit rushed and desperate at times early in the second. But he finished the game well. So, yeah, Pearson, a good 7. And, yeah, that's what I think. Hellick in the middle, of course. The passing was wayward at times in a way that... and obviously, it was a bit of tricky conditions, wasn't it, with the wind. But defensively solid in difficult conditions. Took a yellow card for the team, obviously, with that cynical foul that did just enough to stop Will Evans blazing through on Chapman in the first half, injury time. And yeah, I thought he did a solid job. So for me, a 7 for Hellick. Next up, Tom Lees. For me, I'm going to give him a 6. Took Nigel Longbank's place on the left of the back 3 to accommodate Pearson's return. He put a diving header straight at the keeper from a free kick soon after the break, then was beaten on the way to a Mansfield effort moments later that Chapman kept out. Great in the air as we had to dig in the second half, but was incredibly relieved to see his backward header in the final seconds come back off the crossbar. And yeah, it was very fortunate that actually we did ride our luck at this game, but you've got to have a bit of luck along the way. And you don't get, you do have to get a bit of luck in this game. It's not all about, you're not going to get everything your own way. So you do have to rely, you have to earn your own luck, I guess. So going in to the further positions now. So the 2 wing backs, of course, Josh Koroma. So Josh Koroma, I think he deserves an 8.5. He carried like I said, he made a big difference in the game. He was involved in both goals, and ultimately he got the winning goal. Really, really good. Kept his composure on that one-on-one with the keeper when he scored. And it was a massive shift from him as well. So big up to Koroma. He is my man of the match. And next up, we have David Kasumu. Or shall I go in order? In fact, no, let's go with the wing-backs first, because I did say the wing-backs first. Right, Ollie Turton on the right of the right wing-back area. Quick to put his man under pressure. Blocked a lot of crosses. Mansfield trying from his side. Always quick to react as well in the press. And played some smart little balls inside to the strikers too throughout the game. So for me, I'm going to give Turton a 7. I think he was really good. Really good to see him playing well. And yeah, he's just good to see him back out on the pitch, to be fair, enjoying his football, if I'm being honest. But yeah, he's doing well though as well. He's contributing to the team. Next up, we're going to go with Herbie Kane. I don't think it was exactly the day for pinpoint accurate lofted passes, but he did adapt his game and still actually made 1 or 2 of them work, the passes that he does. But not really much that he did really that stood out for me. He did an okay job, but nothing great. I'm going to give him a 6. David Kasumu, for me, gets a 6. Again, the things that we all expect Kasumu to do, being there, be a nuisance to the opponents, getting players, getting the Mansfield players' faces, and he did have a lot of ground to cover as well in an open game, but got through it without issue, as you would expect. Read the game as well. He read the game well off the ball too for me. So yeah, for me, I think it is a 6. Ben Wiles, again, one of those weird mixed bag performances by Wiles for me. Great run and good finish off the inside of the post to put us ahead early on. Struggled a bit though as the first half went on, in my opinion, with some heavy touches that allowed him to be closed down, and ended up losing it in the end. Ended up losing the ball too many times, but he did still keep creating chances for teammates. Really upped his defensive work rate in the closing stages as well, with some good tracking back, to be fair to him. So yeah, still did well. For me, I'm going to give him a 7. I think it was a good performance by him. Now let's move up to our forwards. Callum Marshall. For me, obviously was forced off with an injury, so I can't really go much higher than a 5. He was forced off with an injury midway through the first half. Just not enough time on the pitch for me to make a significant impact, in my opinion. But good movement on the opener, on the opening goal to help make space for Wiles. So yeah, for me, maybe I should go for a 6 actually for Marshall. I don't think I should go too low. I think we should go for a 6 for him. Danny Ward, obviously did well. He's a good one to kind of provide those. He does make some useful knockdowns and touchbacks for his teammates. And yeah, like I say, he did get the assist for the second goal. I thought he just does what Danny Ward does. I've always criticised Danny Ward, but one thing I can't criticise him for is his work rate. And he does link up with his teammates quite well. But when you're a striker, you are judged on goals and how clinical you are in front of goal as well. That's the bottom line. And I think Danny Ward, as we know, just doesn't have that clinical edge that we need. He will score some goals for you, but it won't be. It will be like one in a couple of chances. Like he needs a couple of chances to score. Not always, but more often than not. But you can't knock Danny Ward's effort, but I still think really, should he really be still at the club? Probably not. But yeah, so yeah, he does have his qualities. He does do some good stuff, but I judge my strikers on goals. And I just don't think he's got that, unfortunately. And I just think at times he does. I do question his commitment sometimes because he does seem to choose when he wants to play. That's just the way it looks. Whether that is the case or not, don't know. But we've seen it with certain managers. He's ended up being out for ages, and then he's all of a sudden come back once a new manager's come in. And yeah, he's quite injury prone as well. To be honest with you, in general, but injury prone or just choosing not to be fit, I don't know what it is. But yeah. But look, fair play to him, good performance, and we're going to just... I did actually want to go to the substitutions for us, but I'm struggling to find our substitutes. It's showing Mansfield substitute. Oh, yeah, so we need to go on. So let's start with Josh Ruffles. Like I say, he took over at left wing back. he put in a decent outing, winning challenges, getting forward. Looked understandably tired by the end, allowing Mansfield to get in behind him a couple of times, admittedly. For me, I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, that's just... I don't think he did that great, to be honest with you. Hogg came on for the final 20 minutes. For me, obviously, he was sent on to compete in a scrappy midfield, and like I say, he does what Hogg does, doesn't he? So for me, I give him a 6. Freddie Ladapo, just pretty rubbish outing once again by him. And for me, I'm going to give him a 4. I think he was hopeless. Bojan came on for the final 12 minutes or so, and obviously, for me, like I said, it's a bit too late to be giving the rating for him because he didn't really want to pitch that much, but he ended up getting booked, though, in the short time he was on the pitch, which pretty much sums it up, doesn't it, really? But, yeah, and I've just realised, in fact, yeah, it wasn't zoomed in, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, that is your player ratings for the match, indeed. Now, I do want to cover some... I actually saw a stat the other day, which I thought was quite interesting. And it was this one. We have had it probably doesn't come as any surprise to any of us, really, but we have had we have missed the most big chances in the league with 37. Now, this really does prove, if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. This proves how far we can actually go with a capable striker in the building. We're getting the balls into good areas. That hasn't been an issue this season. Although I do think the wing backs do need addressing. Does need addressing quickly, because we know that the wing backs are a key component in this formation that we play. So I do think we need to get a left wing back in January. That is pretty clear, because Cromer will do a job for you there now and again, but I still don't think we need an out-and-out left wing back. So we need, and Cromer can play third forward anyway. So yeah, but I think it just goes back to the fact is that 2 strikers and the wing backs has to be the focal point in January. It has to be, and we know, and there's no excuses. Ainsley's Town fans on Saturday was singing a chant for that, but it was like we was being sarcastic. So what does that tell you? He's just a laughing stock, mate. He's absolute laughing stock. Even on the game on Tuesday night against Wigan when he came on, the fact that fans around me had to say, "Come on, run!" When you're telling a professional footballer to run, you know there's an issue. But he's just so... I can accept a player being bad, right? But I can't accept a player that literally looks completely disinterested, half-hearted. I just couldn't care less he couldn't care. He's just a lazy, born idle player, in my opinion, and he's showing that. So if a player was giving everything and he just wasn't coming off, I wouldn't be happy, but I would kind of say, you know what, he's doing his best, and he's working, and he's trying his best, he's working, but it's just not coming off for him. But with Ladapo, he's an absolute disgrace to the shirt, and that is why I cannot forgive Duff for bringing him on. I don't understand it. Yes, he was bought to play, but he's clearly not up to speed. He's not. He's way off the pace. And there were numerous occasions. Obviously, I wasn't at the game against Mansfield, so I can't comment on that. But there was numerous instances against Wigan where he had so many chances to close the opponent down, and he just literally just stood static in the middle. And it's like, what are you doing? Are you going to move? Or are you just going to just stand there still? And I think another one was it was comical, wasn't it? How on Tuesday as well, he had a ball played to him, but he ended up running away from the ball, didn't you? He was, and I thought, wow, you really are the comedy club act, aren't you? Absolutely comedy. So yeah, look, I think it's an absolute disgrace that he's come to this football club. I said when he came in through I said when he came through the door, I had massive doubts about this. Everybody was saying it from his previous clubs. Just that he was a lazy, disinterested, and the fact that Charlton last season was playing a young kid ahead of him says all you need to know about how poor he was last season, and how he's just a waste of space. It's like going down to 10 men with him in the team. So yeah, honestly, just absolutely infuriates me that he's at this club, and that is why going into the January window, I don't have much faith in the board to get it right. Why should I? Why should any of us? Because they've proven to be unreliable and an absolute shambles. These guys have picked out Bojan Radulovic, who has been a nothing short of a nightmare himself as well. He's been a disgrace. And Freddie Ladapo, Reece Healy. Yeah, Reece Healy's he's a good player. He can score, but he's injury prone. He's never available. So he can be a good player all you want. He's useless to us. So it's just a mess. And I tell you now, if we don't get this right in January, then there really is going to be a huge uproar from the fan base, because we know the difference between getting some strikers in the building now that can score and not is the difference between automatic promotion and the playoffs. Because I truly believe we are in that automatic somehow and that's why I go back to how Duff has done a fantastic job. To say that he hasn't got any out and out strikers in the building, he has done a fantastic job to have us where we are in the table. But I think if we are serious about automatic, and I still think that is there for the taking. As long as I don't care what anybody else is doing ahead of us. If we keep winning games, and if we keep, you know what I mean? If we keep winning games and we keep putting the pressure on the teams above us, just make them kind of feel the pressure and see how they react. And so yeah, it's very much close, and I'm going to get the league table up in a moment actually. But so who's to blame for bringing him in? Oh wait, I know who. I'm not saying his name, but I'll put this so you know. I mean, yeah, utter clown. Yeah, utter clown. So yeah, at the moment, obviously in the league, obviously like I said, teams above us are winning. Although I know Wigan dropped points, didn't they, at the weekend? But the table is looking very good at the moment. But I'm not getting carried away, because I still think that we need, like I said, we need to do the business in January to take us to that net level, to get us over the line, and to get us, get us up towards that automatic places even more. Because I just think we are kind of conceding a lot of chances, like in terms of on our own goal, but I think that we are creating a lot of chances ourselves. So if we can get some strikers in that can score, then we can be putting teams to bed and putting the games to bed early, rather than just either leading the game by one goal or drawing. Now, I'm going to get the league table up. Let's have a look at the league table, guys, and see. I'm just going to have to zoom in as well. Oh, he's buffer. He's going a bit slow. Hang on. There we are. So here we are. So obviously we are currently in 4th place, 35 points. Obviously 5 points off the automatic places. With a game in hand on with a game in hand on 2nd place. So the table is looking good, but they're going to go back to it. The table only matters at the end of the season, and I think that is the bottom line to it, isn't it? Really. But look, we're going well. Let's see if we can keep going, and it's just about ticking every game off as it comes. And I do believe we have got levels to go up if we can get some more players in and up our levels in the camp. Because as I said, I go back to it. If you look at the bench, you're just thinking to yourself, who can come on and really change this game? And in all due respects, we haven't got anything in that final third. I know we kind of need to look at places to. I know we need to look at places like obviously to start. Obviously, we need strikers that can start games and score. But then the players that are currently in this, 1 or 2 of the players that are in the side still now, will go to the bench. So that means we'll have a bit of depth, a bit more better depth as well. Because I don't think these players that start in are bad players, by the way. I think we've got some good players, but I just think that we need just some more quality in that final third. And I know everybody says it, but we need some proper strikers in the building that can get us into double figures. And really, we should have done that, and that should have been addressed in the summer. Because I always think that the January window, is a horrible market to be going into. Because, like I said, the prices are overinflated. I just think it's a horrible window to be doing quite a number of a lot of business, which we need to do. We need 3 or 4 players in for me. So yeah, we're going to have to be very busy. So it's not ideal, but we are where we are. But the positive is we are up there and we are close. I still believe if we can get some players in, I know I keep repeating myself, but if we can get some players in up front and just sort that wing back area out on the left, I think we can go for those automatic places because they're there for the taking, in my opinion. Yes, we're chasing, but I tell you, if we keep winning, and it's mean, then the pressure will increase on those in the top 2, and we've just got to keep looking after ourselves and doing our business. So yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's all from me, unless anybody else has got any contributions to add. But look, really pleased with how things are going at the moment. I was asking for consistency, before we went on this run, and we found some proper consistency now. I can safely say that we found some consistency. We have gone 4 games on the bounce. We have gone 4 wins we have got 4 wins on the bounce. Can we make that 5, 6, 7 now? Can we keep it going? But we are showing consistency. We are showing consistency now, and that is good. If we finish in the playoffs, I think it will be very difficult, to be honest. Look, the playoffs are a lottery, and I think if we can try and just push for those automatics with the right recruitment in January. But the playoffs is a lottery. Over the years, we have done well in the playoffs, more often than not. We've had a lot of joy in the playoffs. So, of course, the playoffs are always going to be difficult. It's not meant to be easy, but I still believe that we can Well, I don't know if I'm just hoping we do, but I really. And again, playoffs automatic. I think there's no reason why we can't be the one that get one of the teams that gets promoted. Two next home matches are massive. Yeah, I mean the home games are always crucial, aren't they? We have to keep picking up those points. Obviously, Lincoln on Saturday, isn't it? We'll be doing a preview to that game on Friday. Yeah, I'll do it on Friday night. And then we've got Stockport on Boxing Day. Yeah, so yeah, it is. Every game feels massive, though, doesn't it? Every game feels massive, home or away, home and away. To be honest with you, so yeah, let's see what happens. But hopefully, have summarized the games in an understandable way, and let's just keep pushing. I'm always focusing on just one game at a time. Tick off those games. Tick off look, we all want a perfect performance, and we all want a performance that is amazing. But I just think we're at a point now where I'll take wins however they come. It doesn't matter how they come to me. Yes, we want to see some good performances. I'm not saying we don't, but the 3 points is the be-all and end-all. And some games you have to grind out the wins, as we've seen already. So yeah, that's how I see it. But let's see where we are. Let's see where we are on January the 1st. Got a few games, big games coming up. Every game's big, like I already said, but we've got a few big games coming up. Teams in and around us. Can we win those games as well? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's hope it's a happy Christmas for us. But content coming up on the channel. Interesting. I don't actually know. I said that. I don't know. Obviously, I know we have got the EFL Trophy tomorrow. I'm not going to do any live show for that or anything. I might do some post-match thoughts of the game after the game tomorrow night. It'd be interesting to see what lineup Duff puts out in that one. Obviously, we know the promotion is the priority. There's no question about that. But I just think still winning games breeds confidence. And the lads will probably be the lads will be confident at the moment, but every little win is confidence. And I think that is important. So, look, he'll put out a strong side, one that he thinks will win the game. Love to see your Pender start tomorrow night. And a few others. But, yeah, be interesting to see what happens. I have to take my hat off to you for doing that video the other day. It must have been difficult, so I should be proud of myself, mate. Yeah, thank you very much, Jane. I appreciate that. Look, yeah, guys, by the way, if you haven't already seen it, go and check out my video on the Rainbow Laces controversy, which has happened over the past week. A very personal topic to me, one that I can relate to a lot. And it's just me saying exactly how I feel. And there's been a lot of comments on that video since. Some good comments, but some just uneducated comments, let's say. But you know what? I could not stay silent on this topic because I just felt so. I'm very passionate about this topic with the Rainbow Laces stuff and just feeling. Anyway, go and watch the video. It's hard to put into words, even I'm stumbling my words now. But it was a hard video to make, but I felt like I needed to make it because I couldn't just not say anything because, like I said, there's been a lot of horrible stuff that I've seen on social media the past week on it, and just any excuse for people to be homophobic towards people, any excuse, and it's a perfect excuse. The thing is, these players that incited that should be ashamed. Sam Morsey, Mazraoui, they actually spread hate by doing what they did. because on social media we saw the hate that we saw the horrible stuff that we saw. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it now, but guys, go and watch the video, Rainbow Laces controversy video, if you haven't already seen it. Like I said, it does go into details about what happened and everything, but yeah, it's just a video that I'll always keep fighting. I'll always keep fighting for what I believe in, and yeah, just continuously speaking out about this topic, because it's just a disgrace that we're in 2024 and we're still having issues within the game in this area. But look, Aidan, thank you very much for your contributions this evening. And it's been a good stream. Great live stream out of the town for now. Huddersfield on the up again. Yeah, absolutely. How nice is it though, just to start? I know it's in a league that we don't want to be in, but how nice is it to be winning games again after being devoid of wins for so long before this season, on a consistent basis? It's just a refreshing change, but ultimately, it will mean nothing if we don't get promotion in May. And that is what I said. I said it before, I'll say it again. If we don't get promotion in May, this season is a failure. Because I do think the best chance to getting back up is in your first season. Because I feel if we don't this season, then it will take us ages to get out of this league, like it has done with every other club. So, and like it did with us in the first time when we were back in League One before, it took us ages to get out of the league. So, but look, let's see what happens. And thank you for staying by, and thank you for your contributions, Aidan. But indeed, we are on the up again. But guys, if you are watching this on playback, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts on everything at the moment. How are you feeling now? There's a lot more feel-good factor around the place again, and we're feeling a lot more confident going into games. Whereas earlier on the season, it was a bit like, this is going to be a long season, but things can change quickly, and we've found our feet, and we've started to find some real consistency. So yeah, long may it continue indeed. Let's keep picking up those wins, and let's keep climbing the table. And just one game at a time, though. That's all I've said. Just one game at a time. Not looking 2-3 games ahead. Just one game at a time. Get the job done, and we're closer to that aim of promotion come May if we keep doing that and keep focused. But yeah, anyway, I'm waffling on, and I never know how to end these videos, but I'm gonna go now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will be back very, very soon. Friday will be the next live show. I'll get my post-match thoughts out of the game tomorrow night. So there'll be a video, but won't be a live stream. So yeah, stay tuned for more content on the channel. Big up to everyone for supporting, and I'll see you very soon. And as always, guys, up the town. And Michael Duff's Barmy Army. Come on. Anyway, take care, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Good night.